it is less important how are you right now. It is more important how you want to be right now. No? As soon as it is clear to you that how I want to be right now, that desire is the support that you are seeking for actually, that you are asking from me also right now. That is the support actually, or that is the actually only true support. Even my support cannot support you unless you support yourself from within, through your choice, through your decision. No? Namaste, beloved. And I don't remember who, but there's a beautiful statement. I must be from Lao Tzu, I think, that you cannot get it by running or sleeping. Sorry. You cannot get it by running or sleeping. Meaning, we cannot get truth by running or sleeping. Running means searching or going anywhere other than where we are right now. Sleeping, we know. No? In between is that state what I call just sitting in yourself, where we get it, we get the truth. We get to taste the truth first of all. Then somehow the confusion we have about ourselves starts falling away or dissolving. No? We might feel in different times of our life that we have this problem or that problem, but if you notice, is it not that our main problem is that we are not able to sit peacefully? No, isn't it? And because we are not able to sit peacefully, it is kind of creating a sense of restlessness, discontentment, and now out of which we do many things. No? We can directly learn to sit quietly and peacefully, which brings so much contentment, peace, natural joy, happiness inside our being. No? Contentment, it brings contentment. We feel contented. Like sleeping is very necessary for our body mind, our consciousness, no, so that it can rest well, no. Sleep is so necessary, no. And we know that when our sleep is disturbed, then we feel very strange problems which are not really in the body in a way, like the experts are not able to scan that what is this problem and how to solve it also. The remedies, the treatments also does not work on it also, because it is being created by something very different, no? Now the remedy, the sense of sickness or strangeness in the body mind is not because of weather or anything, no? Or food or anything, no? Isn't it? In the same way, the soul that you are also need to rest. To rejoice, not that you are running out of energy or anything. Rejoice in your emptiness, you know, in your in your formlessness. No? Our truth is our formlessness, our emptiness, our nothingness. No? Meaning we are, but not anybody. We are, but not a form. We are, but not a shape. No, this is our truth. So, enjoying living in a certain form, certain shape since morning till night, there's a time when we feel sort of a craving to just live in our true nature, in our, in our original way of being. No, so meditation or just sitting meditation, the fundamental meditation comes in this. It is useful in this because when we the soul is not able to rest enough in itself when it want to, also many strange things come out of it. Many strange effects happen in the body mind, particularly mind in the consciousness, which appear as confusions, strange kind of desires also, no, which are all which are not going to serve anything, when they are fulfilled. They are only going to create more disharmony in the body mind, and yet we attend them. No? And because we have not lived in our true state, which is being without being anyone, being without being anything. This is what is being mode, what I call being mode. Just sitting meditation is not really a activity to do something, but it is a more let go of the activities to come to the original state of being. No? And because we have not been living in this for a long time, it has become difficult. No? And it is going to continue being difficult for some time. So there is no shortcut about it in that way. But the thing is that we may give up also even this at some point because I am not succeeding. However, we are actually succeeding slowly, but succeeding. What will help here is understanding. What I am sharing can make it clear to us. Try to listen and understand. Like when we agree in the understanding, or we become clear in the understanding that yes, this is very important for me to quietly sit and do nothing. Like I have to adopt this. Like I have to get out of this restless way of being. Restless way of being means what? Meaning our primary way of living life is restless. In between, we experience some peace. No, this way, this just sitting meditation or the way of the being is going to bring us back to our original way of being, where we are primarily living in the peace, and occasionally we may experience some disturbance, like not living in peace, only occasionally. But the primary here is peace, stability, joy. No? So the understanding will help us choose a lifestyle. Not that the struggle or the difficulty will just disappear, it will be there. Because of the long lived habit of not living in our original state, it will take time, no? To come back. Our energies will not agree, meaning, they will create some resistance, and we will need to remove a lot of non-essential energies and understandings also. But on top of all of it, what I am sharing is once we understand how valuable it is. You know, once we understand how very valuable it is to break out of that circle of restlessness. The circle of restlessness is not really so much like all the time it feels like restless. We feel like singing songs sometime in the day. It's so nice. I enjoy it so much. No, we feel like this. No, some other time, some other activity. Some other time, some other activity. Some other time, some other activity. So we are not feeling restlessness most of the time. Why? Because we are not letting ourselves feel restlessness which is present inside us. Because we are continuously doing something to hide it, to cover it like a blanket. No? So in this case, restlessness is not really a experience actually, but it is more sense of compulsion to keep doing something all the time. That is the fundamental restlessness in the soul, where we have forgotten our natural state. No? Movement is our activity. Not moving, just being is our natural state. No? However, it has become the opposite. Movement is our natural state now. Not doing anything, just sitting has become a special activity now. No? I just felt like sharing this. I feel it may help in understanding the importance of this meditation, fundamental meditation, just sitting. No. So if you have understood this and you feel that it is useful, it will be useful for you to just quietly sit. No. Then we can together we can sit right now. No. I will just continue sharing and you continue listening. You don't have to understand anything now because you don't have to do anything anyway. No? But I found that sharing like this from this kind of helps in some way. It was noticed by many of us. So this sharing will continue. You just continue listening. So start now. Live that understanding which I shared. No? That understanding of just sitting, understanding of just being. Don't try to force yourself to become frozen. Don't try to force yourself to become peaceful all of a sudden. Allow yourself to not do anything. Allow the energies to slow down by themselves. They will definitely slow down. As soon as you unhook yourself from indulging with them. No? A more natural way of meditating. No? A more stress-free way of meditating. Not forcing yourself to just sit and do nothing. And it is all right if you don't feel like closing your eyes also. No. Your eyes will close by themselves very soon. But in this time, remember not to be involved with anything, because if you have understood the importance of it, getting involved with anything that is inside, happening, thought, feeling, or anything else, is opposite of it. No, like don't try to go deep in meditation. Rather, allow yourself to slip out of the present state of energies. No, thoughts, feelings, and everything is the present state of energies, and we are involved with it. Now we are allowing to just slip out of it, not by doing anything, but rather choosing not to do anything now. This is a understanding, not a activity. Even if you will be able to get, become free from this engagement with the energies a little bit, it will be such a great achievement, because it has come out of your understanding, not by force. Out of understanding, not by force. And you will find right now, you will find it's to be so simple actually. Like how amazing and simple it is really. So just two things that you are alert about. One is that let me allow myself to not be involved with anything, and let me be alert to not get engaged with things in the habitual way because of the habit. No, you are not going to go anywhere deep inside you in this, but as if the peace, the true peace is descending on you from somewhere, as if like the same thoughts and feelings, all of that which is inside, start breaking into smaller atoms, and those smaller atoms are the peace, the joy of the being. The being that we are is made of a very subtle vibration of life, or very subtle unit of life. By our effort and intention, many forms are created within ourselves. Now, as we let go of our effort and intention, we don't experience forms here. We experience this formless presence. We are experiencing the material everything is made of inside us. You don't have to hold on to the peace. That will be a doing. Living this understanding only, and out of it, allowing yourself to not hold on to anything, not do anything, so that we can return to our true state, natural state. As we are returning to our natural state, we are feeling peace. This peace is not really matching with any other experience of peace we had so far. It's very different, it's very fresh, it's very new also. This is that material. No, this is that being out of which thoughts are created and a thinker is created also. Here we are neither thoughts nor thinker. This is essence of thinker and thought both. The truth of thinker and thoughts both is this beingness that we are, this peacefulness. This is our original true state of being. Thank you for joining this guiding. as long as there are questions. We cannot see the answer. This beingness, this joyful being that we are, this is the answer. Actually, this is the answer for all the questions we have ever experienced, or we will ever experience actually, for which we search, seek. No, this is perfect fulfillment of the soul. No, completeness of the soul. Question basically means we accept that something is lacking or something is incomplete. No, but if we allow ourselves to relax in our being, we experience completion, fulfillment, deep contentment, not any sense of lack or incompletion. No, question cannot arise here, and it is very difficult to understand for the mind that why question cannot arise. Go deep in your question and you will understand what I am saying. Why we ask a question could be casual, like just at intellectual level, that I don't really have to do anything, it's just I'm asking, so answer me. No, sometime no. I'm not talking about those questions. I'm talking about the question for which we are ready to put something on a stake. No, we are ready to 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 pay some value, something for it. Why we are asking that question? From where that question is coming? It must be coming from some sense of lack or not. Like something is less in me. But this place where we are does not have any sense of lack. And to come here is so much more simpler. So if anybody is searching for peace, for joy, for happiness, and all of this underlying title is eternal peace, like forever. Eternal means forever in a layman language, no? Like eternal peace, eternal joy, unbroken bliss. If anyone is searching for anything like this through their questions, through their quest, through their confusions, seekings and journey, then it is possible to experience and achieve, attain, I'm saying, to attain this through this simple just sitting meditation, which is understanding, not a activity. But if we are searching for something else, then it's all right. No? But then let us not expect peace, happiness, contentment, completion through as the result of our activity. Then no, because many times we don't feel happiness, we don't achieve happiness out of our activity, and we feel frustrated. Why? It was not going to happen anyway. No, it was not possible to achieve happiness, lasting happiness, no, through the activities. I think that's enough for now. Thank you. Anybody can talk to me if you want. Activity, every activity for the soul that we are is like a play. There is nothing wrong in playing, no? It's totally fine, no? But play cannot make us something other than what we already are. No, like play cannot make us anything else, anything other than what we were before we started the play. No, so before doing any activity, let's say, if we can sit quietly for 1 second only, or 5 seconds, let's say, and check who I am and what I am right now. So this is what I am right now. I'm peaceful, let's say. I'm peaceful, joyful, contented. And I will not become more peaceful, joyful, or contented after the activity. And also, I will not become less peaceful, joyful, or contented after the activity. Then it will become really pure playfulness. No? But also, if we find ourselves to be restless, contentment is missing, sense of incompletion or lack is there inside us, the activity is not really going to change that. Again, same rule applies here also. So the activity is not going to change that also. So our activity cannot remove our sense of lack or the contentment which is missing here. No, it cannot bring the contentment. It can only bring more tiredness. Before we were uh, missing the contentment. Contentment was not here, which is natural in the soul. Contentment is something natural in the soul. Fulfillment, sense of fulfillment is natural in the soul. And that's what we feel is lacking. No? So before it was lacking, the sense of contentment was lacking. Now the energy is also be lacking. No? We will be tired also now, missing or lacking the contentment and also tired now after the activity. No? More discontentment will come, more frustration may come out of that. No? Let us understand. Let us do less. Let us understand more clearly. No? There is nothing wrong in doing anything. Movement is a play of the being that we are, and there is nothing wrong in the play. No? But play cannot make us anything other than what we were before we started the play, or any movement. No, movement is a play of the soul that we are. The soul does not become anything else before, during, or after the play. No? If this becomes clear to us, we will care more about our nature. What is my nature? Let me live it. Let me drop the idea of playing these games. No, movement. No. So self-realization does not happen through movement. No, it happens through coming to our natural state or stillness. No, but as a understanding, through a decision, not through activity. Because activity again is same thing. No, activity is a movement. Effort is a movement. No? This is what we did, or we do many times as a fundamental meditation. Seems like a effort. In a way, it involves effort, but it not directly, indirectly only. Like it is like a crossroad where we experience that I'm making effort, and also our understanding meeting our habitual efforts, where understanding is taking over more and more, and allowing us to let go of our effort more and more. No? This is what is meditation, fundamental meditation, where our understanding and decision based on that understanding meets our habitual effort, and we see why I'm making effort here. I don't need to. I have decided not to make effort now. So that effort falls away. Like we let go. Let go is always a result of understanding, not of effort. No, because effort is opposite of let go, of effort. No. I know you all are very wise beings, but sometimes we don't notice very simple things, especially in truth. We have to learn to notice simple things to wake up and to be free. We are we have become very expert in noticing very complex things, and that's why whenever a question is put in front of us, we approach it in a very complicated way. No? So that's why I'm saying like these things. Hello, Nishant.
No, sorry, Lord. Well, maybe could you talk about living in this peace and joy and the movement that is necessary to carry on day-to-day life activities?
Okay. I'll just share how it feels right now because different times different sharings happen. You just try to check that whether it is in line with your thirst in the moment. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I feel there are two lifestyles. No, may not really be clear to many beings. Sometimes a simple thing like this that there are two lifestyles. One is based in health. I'm talking about physical health right now. You know, another is based in sickness, physical sickness. And somehow, unknowingly, many of the human beings have adopted a lifestyle which is based in sickness, physical sickness, not in physical health. No. So in the lifestyle based in physical health, we may and we will sometime experience sickness, but we will effortlessly return to the health, which is our center, no, base way of living. In the other model, when we are living the sickness based in sickness, we will experience some days where we will feel healthy, relatively healthier, no? But again, we will return to that unhealthy, holistically unhealthy way of being, no? Of living life. In the similar way, there are few beings who have achieved and who are able to live the way of the being, no? Able to live life in the way of the being. This way of the being is what we are learning through this meditation, fundamental meditation. So this is not just the way of the being, it is not just the natural state of the being, but also with the possibility of living life, a lifestyle of the being also. No, a lifestyle in the way of the being, you know, in the truth that we are. No, so it is possible. And what is going to happen is that the the way of the being is the non-doing being. No, non-doing being means I am present, and that's my truth. That's my natural state. Then life activity will come. You know, which is going to be, as I said, a movement is a play of the soul that we are. Why would you not like to play? Maybe you would not like to play in the way of the person, the old way, where we, which is the unhealthy way of living, no, in this analogy. So this way of the being is the healthy way of living. Way of the person is unhealthy way of living. So you would not like to go all the way into the old way of living as a person, but you would be able to do the activities from the healthy way of being or the way of the being. And when you will not do anything, meaning when you will be able to sense that I have done enough activity now, you will simply not do anything which you have learned in just sitting meditation. Now it will be experienced by you or exercised. That wisdom will be exercised by you in the life activity now. And you will return to your natural state, isn't it? So this is the fundamental understanding. And how actually it happens also. It's not that it is not possible. The key, one key I want to share with you, the more pure existence we can experience, our own existence, the more flexible somehow we become. Flexible in the sense that we have less fixation towards or prejudices towards certain activity, that if I do this activity then I will get caught up. You know, we may feel like this in the beginning. But as we become more, as we live our formlessness, the purity of our formless being more, somehow we become much more flexible. And we clearly feel that I am not going to lose this through the activity. So, and we don't have to really be concerned about whether I will lose this purity or not. We need to be concerned whether I will get caught up in it or not. Only one thing, that the activity that I do, at the right time I should be able to let go of it. So that it doesn't become that kind of frenzy, that kind of unhealthy circle of energies where I get caught up, where I got caught up before. In the state of person means we are caught up in an unhealthy state of energies of body mind, not able to return to our natural state of being, contented state of being. So that's all came. Please tell me if you are able to connect to this, and or you want to hear something else.
It's very clear. It's very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the movement can never be against our natural state, no? And yet we will have to learn not to move. Why? Because we have got into a circle of movement, compulsive movement, no? And we are somehow not able to return to our natural state from there to taste our freedom and contentment which is felt here. The contentment that we feel here, that sense of fulfillment that we feel here, is actually the root of freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from dependency. Like we are seeking joy on through things. You know, our activity has become a seeking for joy now. What we do now, we are doing so that as a result I can get happiness, peace, fulfillment, which is original to us. You know. And that may give us a little bit of a taste, but that's never going to give us that fulfillment which can be there forever. No? To taste the fulfillment, contentment, peacefulness, we need to be in the state of being, not doing anything. There are no other conditions to be fulfilled. And there are no other conditions which can produce this experience also, by the way. And we are trying other conditions and other ways until we will get tired one day. And also maybe we will become wise enough to see this now. That activity and the natural state of being are not against each other. But we have just got caught up in a circle of movement, compulsive movement, that is called ego state. No? So I think we are good then. Please say anything else.
It's very good. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I was wondering recently that we all eat food, no? But let's imagine that somebody is eating food whole day, no? We will find it kind of weird, like there's some disorder, no, in the body. Why anybody will eat food whole day? Like having a meeting, eating food, you know. And there are some people, sorry, but they go to washroom also, sitting on the commode and eating or drinking chai or coffee. I got to know. No? So somebody just eating whole day will be seen as a disorder, no? Like things are not balanced somehow here. Now scene two on the same subject. Let's say somebody is not eating food whole day. They are just thinking about food whole day. They are eating when appropriate because body need to eat food. Their body cannot eat food all the time, meaning their body does not. They don't want to change their body structure in such a way that it can eat all the day, whole day. No? But they are thinking about the food continuously, and nobody notices because nobody can go inside their mind. No? But is it also not a disorder? But are we not doing many such things? Are we not in that kind of state already? Let us drink chai when we are drinking chai. Let us eat food when we are eating food. But we are drinking chai after that also, before that also. We are having food after that also, before that also. And most probably during that we are not having. Funny thing, no? Like when we are having chai, that time we are not having chai. We are having chai all over the place, before and after. When we are having food, that time, except that time, we are having food at any other random times, no? And same thing about many other things also that we are doing, isn't it? Why we should do like this? Why we should allow such a life to be lived by us? We are the being. Maybe because many beings are living like this on earth. Does it justify that it is the right way of living? Think about it. Like rather than fixing big problems like enlightenment and things like this, shall we not focus on small things like this? And if we can fix these small things, we will come to our natural state of being and appropriate movement coming from there. A appropriateness of experiencing movement of life and deep contentment not only through the being but also through experiencing. Deep contentment, experiencing produces deep contentment. It is not against being who we are. But not experiencing and only thinking about experiencing is that trap called ego or mind. No? Because there is no end to it, obviously, because there is no actual experiencing happening. But we are thinking about experiencing something because we actually want to experience, no? So we are trying to fulfill that desire, actual desire, through a false way. No? Isn't it? And that's kind of going to go on like this. For like we will try to think in different ways that maybe this way can fulfill my desire, maybe this another way can fulfill my desire. No, just thought that I'll just share with you. I was wondering the other day about these things also a little bit. So the statement that I drink when I drink and I don't drink when I don't drink, it looks like a wow, such a big statement, but it's not actually. It's a very simple thing. It must be like same for every one of us. Why you would why anybody would not drink when they are drinking water, let's say, and why they would drink water when they are not drinking it? No? Like why? We just don't wonder. And we are talking about great philosophies. What is being? What is a witness? Many things we are talking about those things. No? But we don't need to actually. We can focus on the basics of life. One very beautiful explanation, or how to say, pointing, I heard from Osho one time, that a very simplified version of being aware. No? What is being aware? Being where you are is being aware. It's as simple as this. And being where you are, doing what you are doing, is the best way to do that also. Like if we want to achieve the perfection of doing of that thing which we are doing, whether going to office, walking, working on computer, at home, having a chai, or eating food, if we want to achieve the maximum out of it in terms of skillfulness of it also, we will be much more skillful when we do something, when we do that, when we are present, no, there. So being present where we are is being aware. And we understand in so difficult ways that what it be. Like I never understood those ways, by the way. Like what being aware, what is being aware, no? Because when we are here right now, are we not going to feel, see, think these things? What we are seeing, feeling, like encountering, no? So this is what is being aware, no? What else? And not being here is not being aware, no? Not being here, we know the life. We know the life of not being here, but we don't know the power of being here. Because this being here is like a portal in a way to unlock all the secrets of life. All the mysteries are revealed here. No? This is what is waking up. Being here is waking up. No? Being present is waking up actually. And you don't need to be aware of anything, except that be aware that you don't be anywhere else. We don't need to be aware of anything for being here, except that let's be clear that I am really here when I am here, no? Meaning I am not lost in thinking. Just one culprit, no? Thinking. No? So if you want to think about something, think about this. Because I am living it right now. So it makes sense to think about it. But how much I can think about it? Because as soon as, let's say, we think about it, that okay, this is very nice wood. What wood it is? Okay. But keep one hand, on this hand of your presence. No? Like keep holding on to this. Keep you the presence, keep holding on to this. How far you can go in thinking without losing contact with this? No? We cannot go too far in thinking. If we want to go too far in thinking even about this, we will have to lose it. Like forget it. No, forget. If you don't forget this, think about it as much you want. You cannot think so much. No, you know. So this is simple way of understanding what is being present, what is being aware, what is being or being here also. No? Yeah. Thank you. Manu, you want to talk?
Ji, thank you very much, Ji, for this pointing. It is very much helpful for me.
Yeah. Actually, the truth is very simple, and so is the so are the pointings, no, to truth. But the key here is, whenever a pointing is made, we are supposed to turn towards that, no. We are supposed to turn towards that which the pointing is trying to point to, no. And you were able to. That's why you are happy, I think, no. Because in the direction of pointing to the moon, no, this is a Zen analogy, Zen way. In the direction of pointing to the moon, there's almost no talk happens about the moon. Talk is continuously happening about the finger. Like some master says that don't bite my finger. What it means is that look at what I'm trying to point to. Or don't hold on to the finger, also they say. No? So the immediacy is the key here, Manu, and which I think you have applied very nicely. Thank you. Very, very nice. No?
Thank you, Ji.
And Diva, you can talk.
Namaste, Rajee. Uh, so I felt like you asked first a few topics, and it all comes to living in the present, being in the moment. And I was yesterday, you just gave an example of a thing that you were like, be with this thing. And I was experimenting the same thing yesterday with beads in a mala. And I wanted to be with the feeling of being with the beat, and there was nothing to think about. And but what I saw is there was no thinking, but I couldn't even. It was as if there was uh, very light, light-headed, or it was as if there was really. Uh, I could feel the awareness that you talk about. And then I just kept the beats aside, and like there was no feeling as such. But I know that I was there. I mean, I could only sense that I was there, but there was no, like you can feel the weight when you say that, feel your body, feel your breath. You can feel your presence. I could not feel it. Uh, so, what, and I couldn't deal it as to what is it that it's happening right now. Because what I was attempting to do is, what I wanted to sense is feel myself. And I don't know if I was following the right direction. Being there, yeah, so is it possible for you to throw some light on this?
Can you say again last statement?
Is it possible for you, can you throw some light on this as to what really, in context to the same thing as being aware and being present, was it the right way to experiment to do the same thing? Like after doing the activity, I just felt I just want to and just be in the moment.
Yeah, after activity, not doing anything and just relaxing is fine. But I could not feel myself. No, this I feel is something mismatch here. Why you need to feel yourself? Why you want to feel yourself? Look deeply into it and you will understand my point. Because that's where we are holding on to the mind still and looking at our being or present state of being through that mind, like through some standard. That did that standard match? I don't think I experienced myself. Actually, you did. If you don't touch that standard, then you did experience yourself actually. So I did not say that you will experience yourself so much. Whatever you will experience, that will be yourself, no? When you are not doing anything. Meaning not really doing anything and allowing yourself to settle in this relax, in this truth of our original true nature. Then what happens is that a sense of fulfillment is felt, a sense of joy is felt. No, not so much that I am feeling myself. All of that naturally follows, but it does not follow if we start moving. If we start moving, then we are back to the game, the movement. No? So if we stay in the natural state, then naturally true knowledge effortlessly starts happening. True knowledge means we start knowing the truth, which fundamentally is one but appearing as many things. It is appearing as the thoughts and as the thinker. It is appearing as the object we can be aware of. It is appearing as the one who is aware of it also. It's not two truth, one which can be aware of it and one which is aware of, no, uh, the object. No? So I hope you understand what I'm saying. If not, please say again.
The way I hear it, Raji, is that for activity when one sits, this maybe what I was like doing is just sitting. And, there is a name to this that we say is that just sitting in oneself. Yeah, because I named it as an activity, just sitting in myself, I wanted to get a sense of there was a need of some kind of experience, but the way I heard it now is that it's a relaxation as one begins to get into relaxation. that's when that I'm not aware of something specific. It's just rest. It's just what is. It's how I heard it.
Yeah, yeah. You understood now. Very good. Because this is that field of being beyond mind. This is that field of being beyond mind. Beyond mind, we are one. What we know and who we are, both are one here. How far that this truth can run away from you now? You are that truth which you are trying to know or trying to feel. Even if you don't do anything, you will feel it. If you do anything, still you will feel it. So better don't do anything right now. To get out of the wrong circle of being called ego. Nothing, this being that you are, the truth that you are, is not running away anywhere. But the opportunity might be running away to get out of ego into the truth of being. And surprising is that as we come to the truth of being, not only we know what being is, we also know what the ego was, what the thoughts are, what the thinker is, what the body is. We know that also slowly, no? Like we know the whole truth slowly. This is the way of the being, as I said, a lifestyle based in the truth. This is the way of the being is lifestyle based in truth. No? So I think very good you understand that. So you don't carry ideas or already desires here that I want to experience my being, that's why I'm sitting quietly. You will never experience that. For the simple reason that you will be continuously active in trying to check whether I'm experiencing my being or not. However, if you don't do anything, you will fall flat into yourself, and what you will experience is the being that you are. No? So, in one way or the other, we are not ready to let go of that circle of mind called ego into the being. And because it feels like it too much sometimes, no? So it is okay to tie a rope, no? We tie a rope and then we jump into the ocean of being. The non-doing state of being, no? Is the ocean of being for us from the mind perspective. But don't expect that what you think you would experience is what you will actually experience. That is never going to match, no? And which is a good thing, by the way. It is showing some mirror to us that my way of looking is not correct, or my way of being is not correct, my way of approaching this is not correct, something is not okay, no? Which is a good sign, no? So very nice, beloved. Thank you.
Rajee, can I say one more thing? Can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Sorry, Rajee, for. Um, so what I was saying is that in the past also, when I was trying to feel it, the beingness, and you had corrected me even then. And at certain times, you said that one needs to sit in oneself longer to come to that state. So, but what I have noticed is that sometimes like most times what happens is that it's not very difficult to sit in myself for a longer time, and I've also noticed that at times the the habits take over so strongly that um, sitting in myself, the restlessness, I tend to keep myself busy in activities to avoid the restlessness. And then coming back to that quietness, it gets a little more difficult. So if you can, if it is possible, you can guide me to do how to at all times be able to like sometimes the force is very strong. So how does one be more conscious about it and come back to the state when the force is this strong? I needed some help today because I sensed that in the last couple of months.
Let me just share and see if you get what you were looking for. Okay. As I said in today's sharing, that there are two type of lifestyle. One is based in truth, and one is based in the egoic way, false way. Once, as soon as we have made a choice towards truth, that way of the truth now, no. As soon as we have made a choice, then life is very different in a way, no. Then this very choice somehow becomes our vigilance or our eyes or our awareness, which starts telling us that when we are going off balance or going too deep into the other model or model of sickness or ego, you can say, no. So that choice is what we can call stability or undividedness, no, in a way. So that choice is the key here, meaning it is less important how are you right now. It is more important how you want to be right now. No? As soon as it is clear to you that how I want to be right now, that desire is the support that you are seeking for actually, that you are asking from me also right now. That is the support actually, or that is the actually only true support. Even my support cannot support you unless you support yourself from within, through your choice, through your decision. No? Because my support will also go against you if your choice is ego. No? And my support will be so much in support of your own support to yourself when you are choosing truth. No? Like then it will look like togetherness, like we are working together. It will feel more like this. Otherwise, it will feel more like against, like what we call resistance might be feel some time, no, to the satsang and like this. So just you can check inside yourself. Have I chosen truth? Because it's not really about what is in the list, what is in the bucket called truth, and what is in the bucket called ego. It's not about that. Meaning, it matters to most of us, and that is what is contemplation. Thinking about it. Okay, what all I will get when I choose truth, and what all I will lose when I let go of the false or egoic way. No? So that contemplation, I'm sure we all must have done already. If not, then it is a most important thing to be done first, so that we can come to some concrete decision, not some spiritual experiences. No, because spiritual experiences will come and go, and who they are going to serve, who they will serve. These spiritual experiences and understanding will be serving to whom? To our decision to remain in the ego, or to our decision to come out of it into the true state and natural true state of being. You know, and if you understood what I'm saying right now, then you tell me, do you have any problem now? You can be in any state of being at any point of time in the day. Where you want to go from here is what matters, not where you are right now. You can be lost on the vast map of this time and space, but if you want to return home, there is always a way, and there is only one way also, by the way. No? So what do you feel? Are you able to connect to this or not?
See, what you mentioned is about making the choice, and the way that kind of clarity is there, that kind of decision, there is no two about it. But when it's as if under the rug, not being aware, or something just takes over, and it's oftentimes I've heard this also, that it comes with so much force that
I
even
understand.
if the choice is strong, like
Okay.
the choice is clear and the decision is clear, force
So,
is
so what I will say to you now, in this case, that you are asking for support, like I need support in this case. So in this case, take support from your true way of being, not from your old way of being. What is your true way of being? Just sit quietly and do nothing. Is the most powerful mudra of the soul that you are. So come to your most strong state of being during these times when you are troubled. One very beautiful story also told, that there was a Zen master. He was sharing some discussion was happening. He was a guest in a house, in 7-story house in Japan. And the earthquake happened, and there were like 25, 60, 25, 26 guests in the house, and everybody started rushing out, and it got clogged, like, crowded, the staircase. And then the host somehow thought that the guest is also actually somewhere. Let me check. And the guest was before sitting normally, and now he was sitting like in Buddha posture, closed eyes, silently, very quiet. The host has to ask, "Hello, what are you doing? Is an earthquake happening? Everybody is running out. Why you are sitting quietly?" He said, "I also ran, but inside, because I found it more safe than outside." So this is the choice I am talking about. When it becomes clear to you that my being, my quietness, my silence is the safest place to run when I am in trouble, then you will choose to sit quietly and do nothing else. And you will let the storm pass. And you will feel that, yes, this not only the storm passed and did not affect me, but also it made me stronger, more rooted in myself now. As if the storm was saying, don't go out, just stay in myself, stay in yourself. No? As if the storm was indirectly supporting me. So like this, everything that is happening in our life can be in support, and in fact, in reality, it is in support to our decision only. What is our decision? That is the only thing. No? There are no there is nothing against our choice, even if it is choice of living in the ego. Living in the ego state can be supported even by going to satsang and like this in some way. And the choice to live in the truth can be supported by living a practical life, normal day-to-day life activities also. It's not about what we are meeting, what we are experiencing. It's about what we do out of it, how we use it, no? For what purpose we use it. I think it makes more sense now, no? So this is one tool. This is your most powerful tool, supporting tool. And surprisingly, the more quietly you sit, like more clear in the understanding that this is most valuable. Somehow that sense of storm or sense of attack that feels to us becomes much lighter. Like it feels not really so strong because it is relative. It's a relative experience. It's not an absolute experience in itself. Because as soon as you are peaceful and joyful, you don't mind really what is going through your body mind system. You feel like it's okay. Like the spring is back in a way. Then we don't mind so much. And by the way, this is not the best thing, just sitting quietly and doing nothing about something. This is not the uh, last thing we should do. At some point, we will become clear that this is the first thing I should do always. Whenever I need some extra, I need to take to do something extra to meet the movement of life. Because we keep trying to fix the problem until we realize that I cannot. When we realize I cannot fix it, what we do? We just sit quietly. No? Why don't you understand, become so wise that why don't I try the best thing first? Why don't I try the second and third options later? No? So this is the choice part. As soon as the choice is made in truth, towards truth, then the sitting quietly in our being mode is our first choice. Then everything after, no? Thinking, doing this and that. No? I mean, it's not that necessary thinking should not be done. I'm talking about unnecessary thinking. That's just useless. No? That makes the things worse. It makes things appear much more differently than they are actually. Like in the purity, in the innocence of your experiencing, whatever is going on through your system of body mind is neither negative nor positive. It is neither this nor that. It is just energy. No? In the purity of it, it's just energy flowing. Body may feel pain, sickness, and everything, no? But you, the being, cannot. So being free means being free from desire actually. Even the desire to remain free. Be free from this desire to remain free also. Let it be replaced by your understanding. No, let us replace our fundamental desires with understanding. And you will find that the freedom to achieve freedom is so fast actually. Because then I don't have to wait for things to change for me to experience my freedom right now. You know? Because what is freedom, Deva, after all? Is it not that you be free right now from everything, which you can, which you are already, by the way, if you don't do anything? So learn this art of just sitting and doing nothing. Sitting means sitting in your being, sitting as your being, as yourself also. And every now and then the sense of bondage will come, sense of trouble will come, and turn towards your freedom and find that I am free even now. Play is okay. You can indulge in the energy and try to balance this and that. And we do a lot of exercise in the morning. Why? So that our body is strong, no, healthy, so that it can help us do the activities of life. In the same way, we can balance many other energies of body also, body mind also. That's a play, part of the play. Totally fine. But now you will not feel that I'm bound or I'm suffering. I am basically means I am blissful. I am joyful. The joy of the being is the most certain, simple and accessible thing actually. And we have made it so difficult. Because to experience the joy of the being, we will have to let go of everything. Are we ready for that? If not, then we will only taste occasionally. And that too at a cost, much higher cost. Like, doing this and that, and then at a certain point only for 1 second, joy of the being. And then we will live with the memory of it for rest of the time or day or week or month. If we want to continue living in the joy of the being, we have to learn to let go of everything, and then we will live as who we are. No? I think very good. Thank you. Very nice to talk to you, Deva. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful meeting. Hello, Joyji.
Namaste, Ji. Just want to connect with you.
Ah, okay. It's amazing, no, to just be here and present. No? Always remember, Zoe, that it takes all the intelligence, all the wisdom of the soul to be simple. It's very simple to be complicated and express in the complex ways. No, it's very simple to express in complex ways, but it is so extremely difficult to to experience and express in simple ways. No, simplicity is the way of the being, Joy. Complexity is the way of the mind. Way of the mind, no. Way of the mind is the way of division, where the same truth is experienced as many things, as the thoughts and the thinker, as the experiences and the experiencer, as you and me also. However, it is one, not me and you separate. If somebody wants to experience the truth, it is so simple. Because truth is truth right now also. Truth is true right now also. No? Sometimes children are much more wise. Sometimes, I think many times, children are much more wise than so-called adults. No? I remember my brother one time in our childhood had a very nice thing. I remember, like one of our uncle bought us something like hydrogen or something to dye to fade the color of the hair to make it golden or something. No? Because we used to have very black hair, and my brother also wanted that golden hair, and hydrogen was already applied, and then he rushed to my uncle that, oh, I also wanted. Uncle said, okay, then you can rub your head with my head. At least you will get something. He did that, and actually he got something. You know, like his hair became. When somebody really wants to achieve something, it is as simple as this. And we are just searching for great ways of talking and explaining truth and this and that. Where somebody is living truth, just go and sit. Now talking is less important than being here. Or talking is appropriate, not so important what we are talking. You know. But remaining in that proximity of truth, no, is more important, no. So actually, simplicity is like this. It serves much higher purpose of life than our so-called wisdom of the mind. No? what is wisdom of the mind except trying to protect us from unknown fears, no? Unknown things, no? All of that wisdom of the mind is serving only one thing, fear. The simplicity of being is not serving fear. It is serving the joy of being, the certainty of being eternal. Certainty of being eternal without effort, without thinking about it. Living in this joyfulness, natural certainty is experienced inside us that I am not going to go anywhere. This body mind will fall, but I will not go anywhere. Naturally, this is naturally known to us, not that we have to think about it. Simplicity of the being. No? You are that being, and this is your way. Simple. Thank you, very beloved. Very nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. I think now every day is living the true living, like, and also every day
True
is
living.
like be
True
blessed.
living, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It is actually. Very, very nice. Thank you. Enjoy living in this blessedness. No?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ji.
Nishant, you want to talk?
Thank you, beloved. I had a question. Um, it's connected to the wisdom of the being and
Two?
thought. To the wisdom of the being and thought. Yeah. So the question really is: we have a wisdom um, within us which can be used to address day-to-day things. And this is my understanding. Yeah. So is thought really necessary, or when does it become necessary to really think and
I think we are mixing two things here, thought and thinking, I think. No? And that could be a little bit confusing if I answer now. So I would like to clarify first. What do you mean by thinking? Thinking looks like quite okay, understandable, but what do you mean by thought?
thinking? I meant thinking.
Thinking. Only one
Thinking
thing, no?
as in, yeah, I am deliberately thinking about something.
So you are asking that when thinking is necessary. So
Yes.
let us explore first of all what is thinking. That will again answer your question already. What do you do when you think?
In some sense, it's a dialogue that happens inside me about something.
Dialogue.
A monologue, rather. A monologue.
Understood, yeah. I mean, monologue is like, okay, sometime when we are not able to uh, feel certain things or see certain things, then it's okay to talking to yourself loudly, no? But generally it will not be required, and this is not thinking, by the way, no? This may be preparing for thinking, no? Let us take some example, that will be better, no? That you want to think about this cup, that whether this cup is made in India or in some other country, let's say, no? And I know which country it is made in, by the way. So, and the answer is different. So let's say you have to think about it. What exactly you will do? Like there's one way of thinking it isolatedly, like in a isolated way, where you are not actually looking at it. You are just thinking about it when it is not present as a fact, no? Which can be verified, no? During the thinking. Yes. So that time it is not you are not that you are really thinking, you are guessing, no? What you are doing is in this case that you are using the memory of your memory about all the cuffs that you have ever seen and your intelligence to process them and to come to a conclusion that my feeling is that it is made in India, or no, my feeling is that it is not made in India. You know, so you are guessing, no?
Yes.
So that guessing is a different thing. I don't feel this is that is thinking. In this context where you are asking, I don't think that is thinking. This is more internal. Guessing means internal. Thinking is external. Thinking affects the thinking of the being affects life existence. No, that is more internal processing going on. No? So can we again revisit what you were asking? You guys sometime may go to some other direction, so I
Yeah.
want to
No.
keep it there.
Yeah. This is very interesting, beloved. So, very clearly, my understanding of what thinking, of what thinking is not deep enough. So I'm not able to see really what is the difference. So I understood that there is a separation here. Like the example you gave is something internal that I'm just processing inside me. And then you said there is another way of thinking which affects life itself.
Yeah.
So will that be the outcome of the thinking, that I do something based on that thinking which impacts life, or directly without that it can impact life?
No, I mean that's not outcome. That is actual meeting life, no? In the real time, when the being lives real life, no? And no delay or processing in between, no? Like everything is live, no? Everything is live. There is no offline anymore. What you are calling thinking is more offline processing, no? Like editing the video before uploading. This is all live now. There is no holding back the video even for 1 or 2 minutes or 5 minutes and then changing some parameter or something. All alive, all live, like no retakes. That's what I mean. So it's not like thinking is separate from being, thinking is separate from living. All of this is one thing then. So then thinking in this context is more like seeing clearly. Many things actually, not just seeing. So for me, that is thinking. This is more like internal processing. Accessing the memory is not thinking really. Accessing the memory is limiting the thinking to memory, like limiting our ability to think to the way we have thought so far. Thinking is fresh. In the moment, actual thinking happens, like fresh look at life, but which is a very holistic way of being, very responsible way of being. It's not okay. I just think that I should do like this. No, this holistic way of seeing and thinking is able to see the consequences of everything also. I mean, we can never be certain about these things, but we can relatively explore them as we are doing right now. No? So I'm not against thinking in the box, no, in the box of mind, limited to memory only. I'm not against it. Like, why should I be? Just know that it is, this is what it is. Like, be clear what it will give you. Like, as if you, the thinker, the real being, has forgotten that you can think freshly about everything. And you are limiting yourself continuously to think in the habitual way, the old way of thinking, like a routine of thinking. And I think that should be more than enough. The output will be more than enough, as if we are limiting ourselves in that way. That's why our life is not radically changing. It is very limited and moving in a routine or a circle, where improvement is happening so little. And when beings like you are more conscious, we feel, I want more from life. That's what it means. We feel, no, I want more from life than I'm getting. So are we good for now, or
Yeah,
please,
I think
please
it's
tell
very
me?
good. I think it's very good. Yeah. Would it be true to say that we tend to restrict ourselves within this routine, or what is known, when we try in some ways to save ourselves? When the minus isn't there. But when we live in the moment to support life, like
Oh, yes,
then
yes,
we
yes.
are more spontaneous. We don't.
Yes. Like, when we are in the moment, we can and we will think. But this time we are not going to use the ready-made thoughts or ready-made set processes of thinking. We are going to use the intelligence to think. So, like, meeting the life facts as they are in the moment, then we will think, we will feel, we will see, we will touch, we will, experience, listen, hear, smell, everything together, like as one thing, no? Because thinking is a very valuable and a beautiful ability of the soul. But it is so heavily being misused in a way or not used well, no? Like, we are using thinking for daydreaming mostly. One of the ability of the mind is imagination, and we are using it only for daydreaming, not for visions for the future, no? I think we are good then, no? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mila, you wrote yes to me. Is it something you wanted to say? But it was yes for something which I said in between. No?
No, I'm sorry, it was not for you.
Okay.
But yes.
How nice, no? Very, very nice. Thank you. I feel it was one of the most uh, deep or and um, effective communication I had with Mila just now, without talking anything. Thank you. Very good. Very good. So very good. Now I think it's good time. We will end this meeting soon. Yeah, Uma, you want to talk?
Namaste ji. I want to request, can we hear a song of your heart in the end?
Actually, what I shared with Mila was Song of the Heart only, no? But it was in silence, no? Song of the Heart is like, in silence, it is more like saying, I love you, no? To all of you. It's like this, no? But without any intention or anything else, without any strings attached to this statement, no? But when the speaking happens, then many details get added to it, like concepts and all. No? Living in the personal way, we have experienced, or we have been experiencing everything as a bargain. No, that I give this and then I get this. Yeah. Truth being that we are is not a bargain. Everyone is eligible for it. No? Like everyone who is present under the rain is eligible to taste the water and the contentment. No? But if somebody is wearing a umbrella, is it the fault of the rain? If somebody closes that umbrella and welcomes the rain, is it a cost that was paid, like a bargain? No, it is just being wise, no? So all of our efforts of sadhana are merely nothing but just closing the umbrella when we are under the rain of the grace of God, grace of the Guru, no? Just one small thing. There's only one who is giving everyone, no? There's only one who is giving everyone. As we will close our umbrella, we will start recognizing that one who is giving everyone. No? That is the beloved. All are the lovers of that. No? As soon as we get out of this personal mind where everything happens as a bargain, we first time experience what is love. And then we slowly start understanding that life is a love affair, not a bargain. The rules of bargains don't apply here. And love does not really have rules. It is wisdom of living the truth. Wisdom of living the truth is what can help us here. We have heard this statement, win-win situation. Truly there is no win-win situation except one, that is being in love. Love is the only uh, state of two beings, let's say, where both win, because love blesses both equally. We may not be equally open or receptive for love, but nevertheless, love is being given, let's say, or we are being blessed equally, you know. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you for joining. have this sense of sharing, no, like a prayer in my heart right now, that like I feel blessed, by the grace of Guru and God. I wish that everyone comes in that clarity and that receptivity for the grace of Guru and God, and feels blessed like this, no, and live a blessed and a blissful life. No, thank you.